Good morning, traders. How you doing today? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Wednesday. Middle of the week. Let's get on with it. We're going to take a quick look at probably the only trade that met my rules yesterday. I didn't execute it, and I'll explain why. And then we will jump into today's bias and see how we go. Let's jump to the calendar quickly, and we'll see that we do have meeting minutes today. That's the FOMC meeting minutes in the PM session at 2 p.m. there. I'm not really interested in that or concerned about that. I'll just be trading price action for what it is and what I see on the charts today. All right, let's get rid of that. Let's get over here. Here we are for yesterday's session. And this is probably the only trade that met my rules, and I was I really should have executed. I'll explain to you why I didn't. So we waited all AM session for price to come down to an important level. That was the Asia kill zone low, and we swept that out. And when we did that, we put in this inversion here. And I really wanted to get in on this candle. I wanted to see this candle form the inversion, and then I was going to take that trade. That didn't happen on this candle. Then we expanded, and for me, initially I was looking at putting my stop at the low. So this would have been too large a stop for me. On review of the trade, all I need to be doing is putting my stop a couple of points below the actual inversion itself. So that was just an oversight there from me. And, you know, like I say, I reviewed my trade or potential trade, identified where I went wrong and why I should have still entered the trade, because this was fine. An 80 tick stop, 20-point stop. You know, we easily got to 2R as well. So that was certainly something that I'm going to learn from. And I was actually targeting these smooth edges up here, which eventually got hit around lunchtime there. Alrighty. So let's move to the daily. Let's knock out this as quick as we can today, because I've got a bit on this this morning myself. So we had our bias. Really, our bias did play out, and our ideas did work, although it was inside bar day, so it was a little bit choppy there as well. So there wasn't that much of an opportunity other than what I just showed you, but we can see what we were looking at. Price came down. We've tested this opposing candle. We've respected it, and we're pushing away. I was looking for price to try and reach for previous day high. We've now had an open low candle for today, so I am anticipating price to continue higher today. So first and foremost, low hanging fruit will be previous day high, and then we'll see if we can get some more momentum and take out the Monday high there as well. So sticking with a bullish bias for NQ, ES will be much the same. Low hanging fruit, targeting previous day high. Coming out of this bullish FEG, which we have supported here, or have respected rather, and then looking to see price move on from there. Do we have anything on the 4 hour here? Let's just close that off. Nail that. So we're still respecting this bullish FEG and this order block here, showing nice respect there. It is a choppy week so far. Nothing really that decisive just yet. We are testing this change in state of delivery here. So what's happening? We're sort of stuck between PD arrays, bullish PD array, bearish PD array. We're going to just get our way out of that, and hopefully we'll look to these smooth edges up here on ES, these equal highs as our draw on liquidity today. So that's what I'm looking for. Alrighty, let's move over to oil, now to the daily. Very small range yesterday. Currently, did we sweep out? We just swept previous day range. Previous day high. By the looks of that, we just swept it out. Could see a little bit more consolidation today. Remembering we do have inventories at 10:30 this morning, so I wouldn't be looking to participate until inventories. If you are participating before inventories, then I'd certainly look to get out of my position prior to that dropping. We are in this rather large bearish FEG. Insight to order flow. Yesterday, we candle closed back inside the range of the previous candle. Today, we have swept out previous day high already. Not entirely sure we'll see much more expansion off of that. So we've got a closure here on the 4 hour above these opposing candles. Going to be watching this level because it is out of a bullish FEG here to see if price moves lower. Will we respect this 50% level and then push higher? If we disrespect that, we start moving below that, we get a closure below that, then I'd look for price to run lower. We do have all this engineered liquidity below price here as well. So that will act as a strong draw at some point. It is still a bearish. I don't believe we've really flipped that much just yet. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. So just be patient with oil at the moment. As I say, there's not a lot of decisive price action right now. Alrighty, gold. Let's jump into gold quickly. So we were looking at this daily candle. This is our bias from yesterday. And what we were looking at was this was our insight to order flow. This daily candle out of a bullish FEG, strong buyer's wick. What we needed to see yesterday was price find support at the 50% level of that wick, and we didn't. We got a closure through it. So what I'm looking at here is now price to likely run out this low down here. I'm saying we'll get there today, but it looks like price might continue lower. Yes, we have swept out previous day low already. However, we've sort of moved back to this bearish momentum here. And as long as we respect now the 50% of the previous day range, then I'd anticipate we're going to continue to move lower. 4 hourly. A fair bit of work to do to see a change in state of delivery here. We can see that price is definitely on the bearish side. Okay. Closure through, retest, move lower. Closure through, retest, moving lower. We've continued to move through these opposing candles. Realistically, all the way from here. Because we respected these opposing candles, these down closed candles. We respected that 50% level. So this was our 4 hour breaker, and prices continued to respect that. Twice we've tested that and then we've pushed away. You can see this wick here stands out quite a lot. For me, that will act as a draw on liquidity, and I'd anticipate price to run below. Moving over to Dixie now. Okay, so price came up into this imbalance. We can see price closed back inside the range. Price gapped up this morning, but I believe looking at this, we're respecting that 50% level of the wick. We could see price move lower from here. Here we are at 6E. 6E still looking like it wants to move lower. We've got a small wick to the high side here, indicating potential expansion candle. And I would like to see price come back and retest this gap with a sweep of that low. I mean, we did get, essentially insight to order flow. We got a bullish candle closure out of a bullish FEG, closing back inside the range of the previous candle. So there is potential here that price might find some legs to move higher. Let's have a look at 6B. Yeah, okay, so 6B I like a little bit more. I do like the structure on 6B a little bit more at the moment. And we got that candle closure out of that bullish FEG and candle closure back inside the range. As long as we respect this wick, 50% level of the wick, then I'll be looking for price to run higher. This would be our bias playing out. That's what we were anticipating from the start of the week. All right, let's move over to Bitcoin. Have a quick look at Bitcoin. Still consolidating there at around that 108,000 level. Really not doing much at the moment. We did have a bullish day yesterday, and today has started off pretty slow. Still looking for those equal highs as our drawn liquidity. ETH, nice little candle closure here, closure above the opposing candle, come down retesting that level. So I'd be looking for price to run out this high as our first target. All right, guys, thank you for tuning in today. Let's wrap it up there. If you follow the state of origin, go the Blues, probably an Australian thing if you're not aware of it. That's our football code, the NRL. It's a head-to-head between Queensland and New South Wales. It's the final one today. All right, guys, take care. Grab your Tradeify accounts. Apex has extended their 80% off. Grab your Apex accounts. Code Jimmy Trades for Tradeify. Tradezella. Grab your subscription there, guys. You will thank me later for using that platform. Believe me. All right, guys, take care. Bye for now. Catch you later in Trade Foundry.